Now we'll start the practical questions for conversion method of single entry or incomplete records. What you have to do actually in conversion method. See, single entry means all information is not fully given. So by the given information, you try to find out the profit by making your trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay. So we'll start with the simpler questions. Let's start. From the following information supplied by Ms. Shalini, calculate the amount of net sales. Okay. So here only net sales is asked, not the full trading P&L and balance sheet. Later on such questions also will come. So let's start. Whatever information is given from that, try to make accounts and slowly the hidden information will come out. See, we'll start. Debtors as on 1st April 2011 means what? This is your opening debtors. So 1st April 11, opening balance of your debtors. So to balance brought down how much? 65,000. Done. Debtors on 31st March 2012. This is your closing debtors. So at the end 31st 3/12 by balance carried down 50,000. Okay. Opening balance of bills receivable. Bills receivable also my assets. So opening balance in the debit side as on 1st April 2011 23,000. So 1411. See, this is the debit side and bills receivable debit balance as they are my assets. To balance brought down opening balance of bills receivable 23,000. Closing balance of bills receivable as on 3rd March 2012. So this is your closing balance as on 3rd March 2012. Actually this should be 31st March. So 31/3/12 your closing balance will be by balance carried down 29,000. So the first 4 points, opening and closing balance, were given, which we have put in properly. Cash received from debtors. Now what will be the entry for cash received from debtors? Cash account debit to debtors. Cash is coming in. So cash account debit to debtors. So it will be by cash. How much? 3,02,000. So 302,000. Discount allowed. Now discount allowed. What will be the entry? Cash account debit. Cash के साथ ही आता है हमेशा discount. Cash account debit, discount account debit to debtors. So discount account debit to debtors by discount. Okay, by discount. How much is the discount allowed? 8,000. Now cash receives against bills receivable means cash is coming in against your bills receivable. So cash account debit to bills receivable by cash. Okay, cash account debit to bills receivable. Bills receivable account में कभी भी to bills receivable नहीं आ सकता. So by cash, that is 21,000. This is also done. Bad debts. Bad debts जो debtors मुझे पैसा देने वाले थे अब नहीं देंगे. So what is the entry for bad debts? Bad debts account debit to debtors, right? So bad debts account debit to debtors. डेटर्स अकाउंट में 2 डेटर्स कभी आता है नहीं. सो बाय बैड डेट्स 14,000. Bills receivable dishonored. Now tell me one thing, what will be the entry of bills receivable dishonored? Means जो डेटर्स थे वो वापस आ जाएंगे क्योंकि बिल्स रिसीवेबल दिया था वो डिसऑनर हो गया. सो डेटर्स विल अगेन कम एंड बिल्स रिसीवेबल जिसका डेबिट बैलेंस था वो क्रेडिट हो जाएगा because the bill is dishonored. So entry will be debtors account debit. Again debtors will stand. So debtors जिसका debit balance होता है because that is asset. Again raise that amount. Debtors account debit by how much? By 20,000 to bills receivable. So debtors account debit to bills receivable 20,000 and in bills receivable. See, the entry is debtors account debit to bills receivable. So by debtors 20,000. Okay. Now you have been given cash sales. Cash sales हमारे debtors से कुछ लेना देना नहीं, but sales total पूछा है. So remember your total sales is equal to your cash sales plus your credit sales minus your returns. So cash sales is given 2,50,000. Just write 2,50,000. One figure we have got. Credit sales हम bills receiver और debtors के वहाँ से लेकर आएंगे and returns let's see where it is given in the question. So cash sales we have done. Now sales return 20,000. एक बात बताओ, जब आप सेल्स करते हो तो एंट्री क्या होती है? डेटर्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू सेल्स. ओके, डेटर्स बढ़ते हैं एंड सेल्स का क्रेडिट बैलेंस होता है. सो डेटर्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू सेल्स. व्हेन सेल्स रिटर्न अकाउंट डेबिट टू डेटर्स. सो हियर व्हाट विल यू राइट? बाय सेल्स रिटर्न. बाय सेल्स रिटर्न 20,000. Okay. Now one thing you have to remember. देखो एक और तरीका है जिससे आप ये सब फाइंड आउट करो. ओपनिंग बैलेंस ये आपको डेटर्स का दिया गया है. ओके एंड अब क्या होगा, कोई भी चीज या तो डेटर्स का बैलेंस बढ़ाएगी या डेटर्स का बैलेंस घटाएगी. ओके जैसे सेल्स हुई तो आपका डेटर्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू सेल्स ओवर हियर राइट. क्रेडिट सेल्स हुई है तो हाँ, तो एनीथिंग विच इज इंक्रीजिंग बैलेंस ऑफ द डेटर्स ओपनिंग बैलेंस में ऐड करते जाओ टू योर डेबिट साइड एंड एनीथिंग विच इज रिड्यूसिंग द बैलेंस ऑफ योर डेटर्स मीन्स जैसे पेमेंट कर दिया है, इधर पेमेंट कर दिया है तो ओपनिंग बैलेंस रिड्यूस हो गया ना डेटर्स का. सो वॉट एवर इज रिड्यूसिंग द बैलेंस ऑफ योर डेटर्स will be written to your credit side. Okay, now sales return 20,000 over here and we also need to subtract the sales return for finding out the total sales. So here also 20,000. Now what we will do, we will first finish up with the bills receivable. उसका जो amount balancing figure आएगा that will be taken to your debtors account. So let's take the total. 21,000 plus 20,000 plus 29,000 that comes up to 70,000. 70,000 and 70,000 minus 23,000 comes up to 47,000. What is this 47,000? This is actually your debtors bills receivable balancing figure that will go to your debtors account. Okay, so this is your balancing figure of going to your debtors account. So here 47,000 in your debit side, so it will travel to your credit side here 47,000 and क्या लिखोगे आप? बिल्स रिसीवेबल बाय बिल्स रिसीवेबल. बिल्स रिसीवेबल अकाउंट से आया है ना ये, सो बाय बिल्स रिसीवेबल ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम बिल्स रिसीवेबल अकाउंट. ओके ट्रांसफर Now simply take the total of these 6 items and that comes up to 4,41,000. 4,41,000. Okay, taking the total 4,41,000 and 4,41,000 minus 65,000 minus 20,000, that is the balancing figure. Now what is that? That is nothing but credit sales. So it is your credit sales. इतना बेचा तो डेटर्स खड़े हुए, डेटर्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू सेल्स, सब कुछ लिख दिया, सिर्फ क्रेडिट सेल्स मिसिंग था. सो दैट कम्स अप टू 3,56,000. Okay, now take this figure to your credit sales here and that comes to 3,56,000. Okay, 2,50,000 plus 3,56,000 minus 20,000, that comes up to your net sales and that is 5,86,000. So this is how from missing information we tried to find out the figure of sales. Now from missing information, this question is on making, that is conversion method from single entry to double entry system, that is proper trading P&L and balance sheet accounts, how to make from information given, that we will do in further questions.